after all the configurations and all the setups, we have a working email setup in our project. So now we can send email to our user so we can verify our email setup. Now check it in our inbox. Now as you can see that registration email has landed in our inbox and it is not landed in spam box. So it means that we are successful in setting up our recent email setup in our project. Hey developers, you often have seen email sending in different websites and applications. Like when you register on a website, then you receive user verification email, and when you click on forgot password link, then you receive an email with the reset password link and OTP. And you might be curious how this thing actually works under the hood. No worries, in this video I will solve you that exact curiosity. To solve your curiosity, I will walk you through the process of email sending. Now I will create a diagram on Eraser and I will explain each and every step of email sending works, so you have in-depth overview of how email sending works. Now I will show you the step-by-step representation of how email sending works. It starts from when user click a button which triggers an email. It can be any button, sign up button, forgot password button. All the buttons which can trigger an email are included in this process. When user click this button, it sends an HTTP post request to backend server. Let me find a backend icon. This is our server. When user click sign up button, it will send post request to this server. Now this backend has an email service, or we can say it has an email function. Now this email service will prepare email payload. Email payload means who is the sender of email, who is the receiver of email, and what is the subject of email, what is the body of the email. Like in user verification email, we have verification link through which user can verification his account. Now it will prepare email payload. This email payload will have the metadata and this information. After preparing email payload, our server has to send this data to Gmail servers or Yahoo servers, whatever email service is being used by user. But before this, say that our backend servers cannot directly communicate with the email servers, Gmail servers or Yahoo servers, because there is a lot of compliance or protocols required to establish communication with these servers. That is why we have to rely on external email service providers so they can communicate with these Gmail servers on our behalf. In this video, I will be using recent email service. There are many other email service providers like Bravo, AES, Amazon email services, or many others. But I will be using recent because it is very easy to set up and use in our project. Now back to our diagram. As we have discussed that we will be relying on recent, so now after this our email service will send the prepared payload by establishing HTTP post request. Recent, as we have discussed, it is the email service provider, so we can label it here. Now recent will send this email payload to Gmail servers. Now the Gmail servers will validate or verify the email against a specific checklist. This checklist consists of main 3 to 4 points. It verifies domain and user identification and scan the body of the email, including links, any documents. Like in user verification email, we send the verification link to the user. It verifies that either these links are safe or not. If these links are not safe, then it send the email to spam box. But now Gmail server will send this email to user inbox. But before this, it has to verify this email that it has come from reliable resource. After verifying the email against the checklist, if the email pass all the points in checklist, then it will send the email to user inbox. But if email fail against the points of checklist, even if it fails against only one single point, then Gmail servers will send the email to user spam box. Now I have walked you through the in-depth overview of how email sending works. First, user click any button like forgot password button, register button. It sends HTTP request to our backend, which calls email service and then prepare email payload. After this email service send this payload to email service provider, it sends the email to Gmail servers or Yahoo servers. Email server before sending the email to user inbox, they verify the mail against a specific checklist, which includes domain verification, user identification, or scanning the body of email. And then if it passed, then send email to user inbox, and then it failed, then send email to user spam box. Now it was the overview of how email sending works. But if you want to detailed checklist of how Gmail servers or Yahoo servers verify our email against a specific checklist, because it has more in detail explanation of how they verify the email, because it has three categories. Who are you? Are you shady? And are you annoying? Email servers focus on this checklist. In who are you, there are three things: sender policy framework, second is DKIM, which means domain keys identified email, and third is DMARC. Have understood the emails, how the email sending works, or erase the diagram, but it is very important to understand its implementation. Now let me walk you through the implementation in code, that how we actually implement resend or other configuration in our project to send the email to our users. Now I will show you how you can set up email sending in your project. As you can see that this is my register controller. First I am creating user, then I am calling the mail service to send email verification to user. As I have told you earlier that our backend call email service, which prepares email payload, then this send verification email service will prepare payload. As you can see that here on line number 15 there is the function send verification email. On line number 16 to line number 19 it is preparing email payload. As I told you earlier that this email payload consists sender email, receiver email, subject, and body of email. On line number 17 we have sender email. On line number 18 we have subject of email. On line number 19 we have a email verification content function, which will prepare email body for verification email. As you can see in file mail.template.ts, it has a specific template for every email. In first function there is the email verification content. It will prepare the body of email verification that will be sent to user. Here we have prepared a body with the name of user, intro, and action, which will have verification URL. When this whole payload will be prepared, then as you can see we are returning this function send mail with email payload. This function will be returned to here on line number 34, and then this mail service will call this function. And on line number 34 this email service will call this send mail function and passing this email payload to user to email service. So that is the function of resend. That is the way of communicating with resend. As we can see that I have imported here resend. So I told you earlier that we communicate through HTTP request. So resend provides us an API or a function to contact with it. So when this function will be called here, it will send the email payload prepared in mail.service.ts and then send it to resend by using this send mail function. As you can see that we have where resend.email.send function. It will call the resend. It will communicate with resend with this payload, which is from to subject, HTML, and text. I told you earlier that email service send the payload to resend. That here only when we are calling this function send function, we are sending the payload. As you can see here is from email, which is the email of sender, and on line number 48 we have to, which is receiver email, and on line number 49 which is subject, and HTML and text is the body of the email. Now we have to set up our configuration in resend dashboard so we can use it in our project. Now I will show you how you can set up your resend configuration. First of all, you have to open resend official website and create an account on it. After creating account on it, you will be land on this page. Now we have to do some configuration in resend dashboard so we can use it in our project. First of all, we have to write our domain here. Then we have to click on this add domain button. Now it has gave us some DNS records. We have to put these records in our DNS settings. As I have bought this domain from Namecheap, so that is why I will put these DNS records in Namecheap domain settings. So first I will log in into my dashboard. Then I will click on manage. As you can see that this is the active domain in my account. I will click on manage. Then I will click on advanced settings. Now as we have three records, one is domain verification and other two are enable sending. First we will add this domain verification record, which is DKIM record. We will put these records in our DNS settings. First of all, add this TXT record. We will copy this host name. Then you can click on this add new record button in host records. Remember that TXT records are added in host records section and MX records are added in mail settings section. Here we will add its host. Now we will copy its value. First of all, we will click on add new record. From there we can select the type of record. Here we will put the host value. You can copy it from here. And then we will copy the value, and then we will add another TXT record. Copy this TXT record. First copy its host. From here we can select the type of code, which is text record, TXT record. Then paste its host and then we will paste its value. Here we will paste its value and then click save changes. And as you can see that we have pasted its host value and we have saved it. These two last records are the record that we have added recently. And now we will add a MX record. Here we will add this by add new record. We will paste its host value and now we will paste its value. We have to copy the value of MX record. Its priority value is 10. Here we will paste the value and then click on save changes. As you can see that all the changes are saved correctly. Now we will move to recent dashboard and we will click I have added all the records. That is the button here. As you can see that there is a message. This may take a few hours, but for most of the time it takes only minutes. You can leave it here and then visit after sometimes, then it will say that domain is verified. As I told you earlier that it takes only minutes to verify the domain and it took only 2 minutes to verify the domain. And as you can see that domain is verified. Now we have to create an API keys. You can create from your dashboard from third last button and then click create API key. Here you can write the name of your project. As my project name is Nestling, so I will write here Nestling and then click add and then copy this API key and paste in your env file. I have to stop recording so I can paste this API key in my project .env file. Now as you can see that we have created API keys, we have configured our domain that we will use in our project. Now I have created a .env.sample file. Now I created a .env.sample file to show you that how you can use your variable env. Now you have to use these exact two variables with this exact name. Recent underscore API underscore key. Here you will write the API key from your recent.com and then you have to use a variable from email. Here you can write no reply @ your which the domain that you configured in recent.com, and then you can use it in send mail, which is a function to communicate with recent. As you can see, there is a function this will communicate with, so this function our email service will communicate with recent. As you can see that on line number 39 I have used this variable. That is why you have to use this exact variable in your env file, and then you can easily use recent in your projects. Now after all the configurations and all the setups, we have a working email setup in our project. So now we can send email to our user. Now let me register a user so we can verify our email setup. As you can see that user is registered and it is showing a message that we have sent a verification link to your email. Now check it in our inbox. Now as you can see that registration email has landed in our inbox and it is not landed in spam box. So it means that we are successful in setting up our recent email setup. As you can see that it landed 0 minutes ago, meaning it is the registration email for the sign up that we made it now. And you can also see that it has came from the domain that we configured in recent. And now to make it live in production, we have to simply add this environment variable which we used in our backend, which is the API key of recent. We will simply add this in our environment variable section of render project settings or any other service on which we have hosted our backends. That is it. Now we have completed our email setup in our project and also tested it. Now if you have any confusion regarding this or you are facing any bug related to your email setup in your project, then you can share it in comments. I will try to solve your confusion or help you solving your bug. Now if you have found this video useful, please give a like and subscribe for more upcoming coding related tips.